name is Russell. I'll be giving you an informative speech on tsunamis to kind of prepare you in case one does occur here on the East Coast. Over 100,000 Americans live on the Pacific Northwest coast of the United States and are on the path of a potential deadly tsunami. Though most would be able to escape to higher ground within 15 to 25 minutes, researchers from the U.S. Geological Survey, University of Colorado, Boulder, and California State University in Sacramento have found that the odds of surviving a tsunami is greatly increased with the amount of knowledge and education a potential victim may have. For those not familiar with a tsunami is a long high sea wave caused by an earthquake, submarine landslide, or another disturbance. Tsunamis behave like a fast-moving tide that can extend up to 10 miles inland. To give you a more relative idea, I've provided a map of Brevard County that shows how far inland a tsunami could potentially travel. Tsunamis waves can persist for several hours and can take days for waters to recede. Basically what I've done here is I've measured from the beach out to or into the Lake Washington and the St. Johns River that runs along through there. This is measurement is with the idea that the barrier islands will help or do exactly what its name is, which is a barrier island, and it will create a barrier for some of the seawater that's coming off from the tsunami. If that doesn't occur and the tsunami is just too powerful, it may move inland to maybe June Park or close to June Park over here on 192. Behind me is a picture of the Ring of Fire, which is a collection of subduction zones surrounding the United States on the Pacific coast, which is where the Ring of Fire is. As you can see, there's only one subduction zone off to the east coast. It's right there south of Florida, east of the Caribbean islands. After reading stories that survivors have told about their experiences during the tsunami, two actions were almost always taken. The first one is that they observed all of their surroundings. They were either told that the water was receding at the beach, or they witnessed it themselves. Second, they immediately found higher ground. So whether it be higher, like a building with multiple floors, or a mountaintop. So that's pretty much what they did. In conclusion, basically what we learned was that most of the tsunamis occur in the Pacific Ocean. Relatively none. Sometimes, I think the last one was about 70 years ago that the last tsunami occurred on the East Coast. And with that, I'll leave you guys with a video that just shows you how intense a tsunami can be. It can, destroy buildings, take buildings with it, take cars, people, and just leave everyone stranded. I believe this is the Japanese tsunami that occurred in 2011. You can see people running. I think these guys are already a relatively good distance from the shore. See all the vehicles moving around. See buildings in the background. I wouldn't advise to just sit there and look at it like these guys are doing. The alarms for this happen. These alarms right here sound off 9 minutes after the initial earthquake, which only gave them about 15 minutes to find higher ground. You see these guys going up in a building. I know some people think they can swim, they might not have any trouble, but most people actually die from either debris striking them or them striking debris. Yeah, and the rest of this video is just this guy looking around and stuff like that. So you can go ahead and turn it off.